Good afternoon, everyone. This is Moshe Frank with COLlive.com, streaming from the Levine Jewish Art Gallery here in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. Today we have the honor of having Michael Schenker, who is an attorney and a SBA loan specialist. As you may know or not know, the government is giving out loans and grants for businesses during these difficult times. So we have a specialist in this, Michael. Michael, tell us what the government is offering and what they're not offering.
Well, good morning, Moshe, and Shabbat Shalom. Currently, there are two types of loans: the small and medium-sized businesses. And when I say small and medium-sized businesses, I mean businesses with no more than 500 employees can get. The one type, and to help cover the ongoing business expenses, including payroll, in this under the new stimulus package to help with the economic results of COVID-19 disaster. The first is EIDL loan, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. And the second one is what is called PPP program, Paycheck Protection Program. There is also New York City Small Business Loan Administration that gives out help on a smaller scale, but will address the federal ones. I will start with the Paycheck Protection Program because that's the most attractive for businesses, since if businesses satisfy certain requirements, these loans are forgiven and do not have to be repaid. They effectively grants with conditions. You basically, any small business, any medium-sized business can receive up to 2.5 months worth of expenses covering their payroll, their rent, any mortgages, any other ongoing business expenses, up to $10 million.
So any business under 500 workers, the loan, which will be forgiven, right?
Correct. Fully forgiven if certain requirements are met. And if you use, as long as you use it for the designated purpose of keeping your workers employed and paid. That's the crux of the condition. You cannot be taking the money, firing your workers, and pocketing it. Then you just still you would have an attractive loan even with that, but it will not be a grant.
So it means the owner himself can take a salary or not?
An owner can take a salary, and moreover, this program covers not only businesses and employees of businesses. It covers independent contractors and self-employed individuals. So even if you're self-employed, you don't have a business, you don't have workers, but because of the financial crisis that the entire country is experiencing, your business is not working. Even if you work from home, let's say, you can recover 2.5 months of the pay you were paying yourself while being self-employed.
So if December, January, you were making $5,000 a month, then February, March, April, you could get yourself $5,000 each month.
Correct.
Gotcha. Even if you're let's say you're a wedding photographer, and you're based on your average in the past couple of months, or over a year.
Absolutely. As long as you're able to show that in the prior financial year, 2019, you were actually making a steady income, monthly income, you will be able to receive assistance with that. And
is this going to be unlimited funding, or there is only a certain amount of money they're going to be giving out?
It's right now it's $349 billion limit, and it's first come, first served basis. So whoever files first will get covered. There is a deadline that you have to apply by June 30th. However, most of the money will be gone far sooner. There is talk of a second assistance payment, second stimulus package for this program that will increase it beyond $349 billion. But that's not currently fooling the pipes.
And now, how does someone go about applying for these grants and loans?
Well, the best way is to get an agent, someone who specializes in this, that will help you prepare all the paperwork. You're not, you would not have to pay the agent. Only the lending institution that gives out these loans that are insured by the federal government shares with the agent in the commission, and that's sort of the best way about it. Simply because if you want to go out and do it yourself, you have to. There is a very steep curve, a lot of research that you have to do and figure out what are the correct papers and documents that you need to put together so that your application will be granted. So that by the time you take the weeks, the months that you take to put everything together, you will no longer be qualified simply because there will be no money available.
So, right. So I guess you have to do P&L statements and get a lot of accounting information from the business owner, correct?
Primarily, you have to have your payroll records clean. That's the main thing. But yes, the crux of the information would come from your CPA if you have one. If not, as long as you have some payroll agent that does payroll for you, that would be another thing. If you are self-employed and you're doing your own taxes, we would have to work with you to help you actually get the right documents.
So the different ways you could go about it, could you go straight to SBA?
On one particular type of a grant, you can. It's a $10,000 grant that you apply directly on SBA platform, and it's usually approved within 3 days.
So there's SBA 10,000. You could go directly or use an agent like yourself. There's the big bailout money as well. You go to accountant or someone who expedites like yourself. Could you also go directly to your banker if you have a relationship, right?
You can go directly through the banker. But currently there is only one bank who accepts applications, and it's the Bank of America, and they only accept applications for customers, business account customers, that have had an open account with the bank as of February 15th. And not only that, if you want to apply in person or you have questions, and the website platform that they have opened today is just not conducive to any type of exchange, Q&A, you can't apply at any Bank of America branch. You have to apply at the branch where you primarily do business.
Right, but I know many branches are closed, so that would not be possible, right?
If many branches are closed, then yes, then you have to either get an expediter, or you have to know exactly what you're doing and do everything right on their website.
Now, if I'm a Chase client right now, can I still get the SBA loan or only Bank of America?
No, you can get economic injury disaster loans. You cannot currently get a Paycheck Protection Program loan if you're a customer of any other bank aside from Bank of America.
So you're basically messed up if you haven't Bank of America, you don't have a business account with them.
It appears that whoever is in control of this program probably has a very good relationship with executives at the Bank of America.
Or Bank of America had their tech up quicker than the other banks.
That could be. I mean, we can speculate, but I think that other big boys in the business, Chase, TD Bank, Citigroup, they all have great IT people who are able to put together a website application.
Could you expedite loans if you don't have a Bank of America account, or you can't, Michael?
It's not the expediter's banking relationship that matters. It's the actual borrower's relationship. So it is the borrower that has to have a business account opened as of February 15th. If you don't have that, then no one can apply. You cannot apply on behalf of yourself as a borrower, and no one can apply on behalf of you or help you, assist you.
Wow.
until other banks open up and other lenders start accepting applications. But what appears to have happened, the reason why it hasn't really rolled out today and the first day it's available, is because there were issues and vagueness in some of the program's requirements. And any lender who gives out a loan hoping that the federal government then pays for that loan once it's forgiven, because then you don't have to pay back the lender, they want to have clarity on all the small details so that the federal government then a month later does not say, you know what, we've decided that this particular applicant is not covered. Then the lender is losing money. So it appears that the only bank that got the clarity on all these issues was Bank of America, ahead of other banks and ahead of other lenders. There are many SBA-approved lenders who can process the applications as well and have available liquidity to give out the loan and to process it faster. Because once you have a bottleneck at Bank of America, then the mere fact that they're accepting it today does not mean that they're going to grant it faster. It just means that whoever applied today reserve their place in queue with the federal government.
Got you. Now, could you talk a little bit about regular SBA loans, non-coronavirus times? How does that work, and is that still working now?
Well, it's working now, absolutely. There are two ways you can get small and medium-sized businesses can get help. Is through federal FEMA programs and to the SBA Small Business Administration. Since pretty much New York has been designated as a disaster area, and pretty much soon the entire country will be designated as a disaster area. Anyone can get a loan up to $2 million at 3.75% interest, but it's a straight loan. It will not be forgiven. There are no deferments on payments or interest. It's still a very good commercial rate, but it's just not as attractive and as forgiving as the Paycheck Protection Program.
Got you. So if you want to get the goodies, it's with the bailout stimulus plan, whatever it's called. But if you want to do a traditional SBA loan, that's all the banks could do today.
Precisely. And it is still a much better rate than you would get if you go out and get a straight line of credit, commercial line of credit from the bank. It's still very attractive. It's just, the requirements are higher because you have to show that if you get the money, you will actually be able to function as an ongoing enterprise. You will be profitable going forward. So the banks will actually make you show them that you're on sound financial grounds with your business structure. And given that there is a financial crisis throughout the country, that will create sort of an additional impediment because the economy is not working right now. And with the Paycheck Protection Program, they're not really trying to make sure that you will be financially sound a year from now. All they're doing is giving you money to pay your rent, to pay your employees, and to maintain a level of pay for your employees for 2 months. I'm sorry. So this is sort of, in crude terms, this is the federal government paying people salary through businesses.
Got you. Okay, so I'm just gonna announce your partner's phone number, Zalman, so people can reach out to you. It's 929-253-6475, 929-253-6475. Zalman, and Zalman Hertz, that is, and he will work and help you expedite your loans, general, SBA, as well as the special stimulus plan. So Michael, thank you so much for your time, generous time in this crazy times. And you're an attorney as well, right, Michael?
Correct. I'm an attorney that specializes in SBA loans. I specialize in real estate development and dealing with city agencies.
You can't both. Pick one.
Well, I've been in this business for many years, and I started out as a principal court attorney in Manhattan Supreme Court. So when I started out, I dealt with the very variety of cases, high-profile cases.
We're just messing, Michael.
I know, but
Okay.
I will. If you reach me, and in addition to SBA, you have issues in your business that require additional legal support, I will be. If I cannot help you, I will guide you where to get the best help, and so on and so forth.
You seem like a pretty nice guy, so, and you came referred, so hopefully it will be wonderful, right, Michael?
I'll well, in this hard time, I'll try to help anyone the best way that I can.
Great. Thank you so much, Michael, for your time and information. And hopefully we'll get future updates to keep the public informed and educated and to see how we can help them.
Moshe, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.